Minutes into the flight, another Boeing 737 MAX 8 crashes, killing all 157 passengers, including 8 Americans. More from Fox's Trey Yingst.
Officials say that more than 35 different nationalities were represented among those killed. The plane lost contact with air traffic control around 8:44 a.m. local time, just 6 minutes after takeoff. The flight was headed to Nairobi, Kenya.
This is the second time in less than 6 months a brand new Boeing aircraft failed. The Federal Aviation Administration is sending officials to Ethiopia to assist in the investigation. This is Fox News.
Safer USA, Chicago's most trusted name in firearm training, is offering beginners classes, tactical pistol and rifle, long-range rifle to 600 yards, and the most comprehensive Illinois concealed carry program available. AM 560 On Target Radio co-hosts David Lombardo and Gretchen Fritz will prepare you to carry a firearm for personal protection, including firearm, holster, and ammunition selection. A comprehensive law review designed to keep you out of trouble and even how to deal with home invasions. Firearm, ammunition, holster, class notebook are provided. Safer USA and the Aurora Sportsman's Club invites you to participate in this one-of-a-kind Illinois concealed carry program that also qualifies you for Florida, Utah, and Arizona non-resident permits. Find out what over 6,000 students already know at saferusa.com.
Or call 815-741-3474. That's 815-741-3474. Safer USA. Choosing to own a firearm is your business. Teaching you to own it responsibly is ours.
It's Amy Jacobson, and I'm so excited to tell you about a deal on the already modestly priced MyPillow Giza Dream Bed Sheets. They use the world's best cotton called Giza. It's only grown in the region between the Sahara Desert, Mediterranean, and Nile River. It's ultra soft, breathable, and extremely durable. I know, because I have a few sets. It includes full 21-inch wide pillowcases that fit any pillow and deep pocket sheets that fit any mattress. And once you sleep on them, you won't want to sleep on anything else. They are the real deal that look good and feel great, which means a better night's sleep. And you can still get the MyPillow 4-pack offer plus 30% off pet beds and mattress toppers. To get the Giza Dream Bed Sheets with 30% off and free shipping, go to MyPillow.com and use the promo code Amy. Or call 800-489-0201. That's 800-489-0201 or MyPillow.com, promo code Amy.
Are your windows needy?
Call Crumweedy.
Hi, it's Mike Gallagher. If you need windows, call the exterior experts, Crumweedy. Mark Olson and Greg Olson of Crumweedy run a third-generation family business that's been doing Chicagoland exteriors since 1953. For them, it's all about trust. They truly share your values. Why windows from Crumweedy? Crumweedy windows are not offered anywhere else in Chicagoland. They're exclusive. That's why they can offer a lifetime material and labor installation guarantee. Lifetime! That's a great investment for your home. Windows from Crumweedy are Energy Star rated, unlike most other windows. Also, the vinyl windows are 100% virgin vinyl. You're getting quality. Windows with a lifetime material and labor installation. If your windows are needy,
call Crumweedy.
630-595-8020. That's 630-595-8020. Just remember this, windowsareneedy.com. Windowsareneedy.com.
It's time for On Target Radio, Chicagoland's only radio show dedicated to the red meat issues that affect your life, from gun control to freedom of speech. Now, debating, debunking, and discussing today's hot issues. Here are your hosts, David Lombardo and Gretchen Fritz.
Welcome to On Target Radio, where we'll kick off the show with the Dems trying their best to reinstitute gun violence research by the CDC. Then, David and Gretchen will bring you up to speed on a proposed Illinois bill that will make gun seizures possible and the ISP's latest change to the FOID card revocation process. It's easy to use and very effective. Well, for the ISP, not so much for you. Also in the hopper are the Catholic kid who a teacher forced to wipe the ashes off his forehead on Ash Wednesday. Turns out that she got wiped too. In other news, POTUS gets hammered for giving football champs what they wanted, Chick-fil-A. Chicago bags another law at the expense of the rest of the state. And is Illinois on the fast track to becoming the nation's abortion capital? A new bill just might make it so. So give us a call at 312-642-5600 and ask a question or make a comment live on the show. Or go to our Facebook page, On Target Radio, and ask a question there. And don't forget to check us out on YouTube, On Target Radio, where you can watch the show in real time and then go back and view the archive version. And if Gretchen falls off her stool, you can watch that too.
See, is that good writing or what?
That was
really. I was awake.
At that time.
At that particular time, yeah, I was actually awake. This was an interesting evening that we all made it.
Yeah, we weren't too sure.
I wasn't sure about being able to make it because work kind of. I had to do some extra work over the weekend.
Yeah, I just
work just gets in the way of so many things.
It sucks. I'm just going to stop going. I don't like that.
Just gets in the way.
I
of
would have a
so many
plan
things I wanna do.
B lined up.
I don't need a plan B.
Good, great.
I don't like bills. I'm just going to stop paying those too. I never liked doing that.
You're a Democrat. You're a Democrat.
I'm going to just turn into one because then you know what? I'll have a lot more time to do absolutely nothing and to just be in my representatives' faces about pro-gun stuff. You know, because I mean that's obviously what you do. You collect the government money and you do nothing, and you have time to go whine and complain and protest and break windows and get free TVs.
Well, what you actually need is a sugar mama. And then
a sugar mama.
And then
all
she
right.
could, because that's what the women like from Naperville. That's how they have so much time to go get in the representatives' faces. Is they're kept, and then they don't have to work, and so then they can just go do that while their husbands bring home the bacon.
Cool. It would be lazy
because they ain't going to get no bacon at home. That's for sure.
Be lazy guys demand action.
Yeah. Well, if you do that, you can spend more time working at ASC.
I could do that.
Yeah. That'd be good.
There you
For
go.
no money.
For no money.
For no money.
I could spend time doing all the other jobs I do that pay $0. I seem to be really good at that.
And I've been mentoring you. You're coming along well.
Thank you.
I'm the most successful person that makes no money whatsoever.
He's really, really good at doing things for $0.
Yeah.
I love Gretchen's sticky notes that she got me. It says, "Stop me before I volunteer again."
Yes.
I think it's like hint, hint.
And it's got a picture of a woman. She kind of looks like a Stepford wife on it. She's like,
yeah.
She's like, like a zombie.
You know what felt weird is being at a Friends of the NRA dinner and not working.
Yes.
Did you win a gun?
Yes. When we go to
no.
we go to the Three Rivers one, which is Joliet. We just go.
We just go.
We just show up.
We were with Ronkowski
and spend money.
And Margot, and we just had a nice time.
Although this year was different than last year. Last year, I remember, or maybe it was 2 years ago, I walked out in the hall. Actually, I think I was leaving to go to your house to do the broadcast when we were still broadcasting from your house.
That could be.
And so everyone else is in having dinner. And I'm walking out, and some other dude was walking in. There's no one else in the hallway, and he goes, "Oh, hey, Gretchen." And I have never seen this dude before in my life. I'm sorry. If you're listening, I apologize. I don't know who you are.
Great. There's another one it'll be. Okay. Anyway, we do have a show. We got a show tonight.
We put a little something together.
Yeah. And kicking it off is this, the Democrats take the House, and they suddenly think they're running the country. They seem to forget there's a Senate, which they don't, and a president, which they don't, but they're doing all this stuff. And the latest one is they want to put $50 million in our money for health research on gun violence. So if you recall, I forget when it was, I forget how long ago it was, but anyway, they used to do it. CDC used to do that. But the problem was CDC is anti-gun. It was stoked full of people, were anti-gun. And they weren't, it's not the research that they were doing that the complaint was. It was when they finished the research, then they were advocating, like the country shouldn't have concealed carry and all that kind of stuff. So Jay Dickey, which was a Republican from Arkansas, put up a bill to defund CDC, but not, let me take that back. That's not completely true. Not defund it. What he said is no money can go towards advocating the abolition of gun rights. It didn't say he couldn't do research. It said they couldn't spend any money championing. It's been a long day.
That is a hard word. No, that's a hard word. Championing
anti-gun ownership. It never said they couldn't do research. Well, of course, the Democrats went crazy over that back when that happened, and they said, the Republicans are stifling, and that was never the case. So then now they want $50 million in taxpayer funds to do it. And what the big problem is with this? What they're saying is they want CDC, it was a medical thing, to apply the procedures that they used to do medical research into crime prevention. Well, that's not one-to-one.
Apples and oranges.
It is.
Totally.
Yeah.
Just feel free to jump in at any time. It's
you're doing a great job.
If gun control is a disease, then we've often said that liberalism is a disease. So can we then apply $50 million towards getting rid of that?
I'll pony up.
I could totally go for that.
We could do that without any taxpayer money. People would just go, I'll drop 100.
Yeah. We have the money. That's the difference.
GoFundMe. Do a GoFundMe.
We don't need the money.
Yeah. So this article is by John Lott, and he says academics David Stark and Nigam Shah stated in a widely referenced letter to the Journal of the American Medical Association, between 2004 and 2015, gun violence research was substantially underfunded and understudied relative to other leading causes of death based on mortality rates for each cause. So Lott says this claim assumes that the life-saving benefits of $1 spent on research is the same across 30 different causes of mortality from heart disease to shootings. And there's, how can you compare, compare gun-related deaths, which comprise a variety of actual causes, actual causation, some purposeful, some not purposeful, and some completely lawful, like law enforcement's use of a firearm, compared with, or my use of a firearm for self-defense. You can't compare, they're lumping all those together, and then they're comparing it with heart disease and strokes and things like, talk about apples and oranges. It's like apples and papayas. It's not even.
Well, the other thing that they talk about is because of that, the amount of research significantly dropped. But that wasn't true. That was a very disingenuous thing, because the reality was that was at a period of time when there were a lot of medical discoveries going on. The number of research, what's the word I want? Pieces. What's the word I want? Research, whatever.
Articles. Journal articles.
It's a very complex word for a journalist. The number actually basically stayed the same. I think it grew a little bit. What happened was the proportion became smaller because there was so much other stuff that was coming out in medical research that was coming out.
The other thing that he points out is just looking at medical journals means excluding firearms research by economists, criminologists, and law professors. I believe Lott himself is an economist.
Right. I think that is correct. There's a statistic that they quote, and I didn't go and check it, but I think the article is written by Lott. I think he does a pretty good job. It says since 2011, firearms research in medical journals has increased more than fivefold. Now, the other side of the coin is this: they claim we're doing everything we can to stifle it, and Obama met with 23 large foundations, public foundations, to try and get them as a foundation to do research to push for gun control. Not to do objective research, specifically to push for anti-gun results. And they would pick and choose stuff. And they go, well, look at this. Well, okay, look at that. Or they would pick and choose in terms of violence, like everything else, ebbs and tides, ebbs and
flows.
Ebbs and flows. You know what? It's going to be one of those nights. It ebbs and flows, and so they will pick the low point, right? They'll pick the worst possible thing, pick it out, and then they'll use it as an example. Anyway, we got to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit more about that and the teacher who wiped the ashes off a kid on Ash Wednesday. That's unbelievable. Anyway, all that and more with return with On Target Radio, and you're listening to AM 560.
The Answer.
There's a teacher in Idaho who decided to feed a puppy to his snapping turtle in class while the kids were there.
Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson.
He was in court. His defense was this: The puppy was sick and was likely to die anyway.
Hold on just a second. Was a veterinarian involved in this at any point?
No, this is the worst part. The snapping turtle was euthanized because it was allegedly an invasive species.
The killing fields out there in Franklin County, wherever.
Chicago's Morning Answer. Weekday mornings starting at 5 on AM 560. The Answer.
Do you like your gun range bag? There's a really cool local company here in Chicagoland that makes the finest range bags anywhere. And these quality range bags are so inexpensive that I bet you won't hesitate to buy one. The Hackett range bags from Hackett Equipment have it all. There are compartmentalized pouches that hold 2 or 4 pistols, ammo, mags, and even targets. Basically everything you need for a day at the range in a stealth design that doesn't resemble a range bag. Nobody will know you're carrying firearms. Additionally, they're super heavy duty and will last a lifetime because Hackett bags are 30% heavier than typical range bags. And the price is unreal. The large pack is under $100 and the small one under $80. But if you visit gunrangebags.com and use the promo code AM560, you'll save an additional 10%. Hackett Equipment bags really are range bags that can hack it. That's gunrangebags.com, promo code AM560. Gunrangebags.com. Do it now.
Balance of Nature's fruit and veggie capsules contain 100% fine-ripened fruits and vegetables, tested pure with no pesticides, fillers, or additives of any kind, and are the most effective whole food supplements on the market today. You might ask, how can over 10 servings of 31 different fruits and vegetables fit into 6 vegetarian capsules? Fruits and vegetables are on an average 85% water. Balance of Nature uses cold vacuum technology to remove the water, leaving only the whole food. We don't use any heat, air, or light drying methods that damage nutrients. Our cold vacuum technology maintains 99% of the fresh fruits and vegetables' original nutritional value. Along with diet and exercise, Mother Nature provides fruits and vegetables to help us maintain good health.
To order, go to balanceofnature.com or call 1-800-246-8751. That's 1-800-246-8751 and use discount code CHICAGO.
Sometimes when it rains, it pours right into your basement. This is Gus from Chicagoland Waterproofing. My mission is to identify why your home is taking on water and fix it. I want you to sleep at night during a rainstorm and not worry about your basement filling up with water. Like our client Kim from Mount Prospect.
We had chronic basement flooding and no one could figure out why. During a huge storm, water was pouring in through the window wells of our finished basement and we had to bail out 6 inches of water. We got a bunch of estimates, but Gus's was the most reasonable, plus he knew exactly what the problem was. He put in a full basement drain tile system and an additional sub pump with a backup battery. Chicagoland Waterproofing gave us peace of mind. I like to say, in Gus we trust.
From simple sump pumps to complex storm drainage and crack foundation solutions, Chicagoland Waterproofing's work comes with a lifetime warranty. Plus, a fully licensed plumber is always on staff. Request your estimate today at ChicagolandWaterproofingPros.com or call 847-296-3500.
We now return to On Target Radio on AM 560, The Answer. If you have a question or an opinion, share it with us at 312-642-5600. And now, debating, debunking, and discussing today's hot issues. Here are your hosts, David Lombardo and Gretchen Fritz.
All right, we're back with more On Target Radio. Just to kind of finish up on this, the thing that we did before we were going on the break. They just cherry pick information. There's no subject that is 100% good. Right? There's always something, there's always bad days or whatever it is.
Sure.
And they go in and they just cherry pick this stuff and they blow it out of proportion. Funding has gone up. I mean, there's been more gun research done. And as you pointed out, they're looking at one specific area. But if you look overall and all the different things, there's a lot of research on that. And all the research, if it's done by actually an unbiased researcher, consistently shows it isn't a problem. I can't remember who said this, but somebody said, and the number I think is too small because 300 million guns is an old number. It's been around a long time. It's probably more like 400 million. But whoever it was said, look, there are 300 million legitimately owned firearms. If we were the problem, you wouldn't need the press to tell you this. So anyway, I just that's coming up, but it's a House bill, and. I don't know. It probably won't get out. I would think anyway. You never know. It's the Senate might go, well, it'll look like we're being flexible.
I don't think they're that worried about being flexible.
Maybe not. I don't know.
Well, then Trump's got to sign it. So
and that's where where it would come to a dead end.
That's probably not going to happen.
Speaking about not being flexible, Illinois has this bill that basically provides a method for gun confiscation.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's essentially what will happen. Hastings, who happens to be a Democrat, that's hard to imagine.
No.
Yeah, it's really tough to imagine.
Yes.
If you just do not renew your FOID card, you're late, right? If you're late.
Right.
Now, they've got a provision now.
They do now.
They do now. But what this bill is saying is even if you're late and don't get it renewed, they come and take your guns.
And this says that even if you have a renewal pending.
Exactly.
But it expires.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah, there's all sorts of things in here. They if I have my FOID card expires, but I have there's another FOID person in my household, they're still going to come take all the guns.
Mm-hmm.
And
there's no provision to transfer them?
There's
Nothing.
no provision for that. Yeah, there's no mention of how you can recover your property if it's incorrectly seized or if you get a new FOID card. There's no provisions to allow for revoked FOID holders to sell or dispose of their firearms to licensed dealers or people who do have FOID cards. So there's all sorts of problems.
And when you do get your FOID, or when they bless you and do the little cross thing and say you can have your FOID card back, there's nothing that says how quick they have to give it back.
Right.
When you apply, it's 30 days, or it's supposed to be. It ends up being more sometimes.
It's like 60 days.
Maybe it's 30 or 60, but they have a statute time where they have to decide and either issue your card or give you a denial. But for this, it goes on the bottom of some pile somewhere. Maybe in a few years we'll get around to giving you one.
You're listening to On Target Radio, and this is AM 560 The Answer. Give us a call, 312-642-5600, 312-642-5600, and weigh in on how much you love the way our democratically controlled legislature is helping those of us who are Second Amendment supporters.
Ooh.
We had dinner tonight with Margot McDermott, who is in the State House, and I just asked her, I said, there's a lot of gun control bills in it. She just kind of like rolled her eyes. It's like, and who knows? Many of them went to committee, which means they'll probably be the kiss of death, but they can pull them out at the last minute and do whatever they want.
Yeah, you just never know what's going to happen unless it goes to Rules Committee. I think if it goes to Rules Committee, it's pretty much dead on arrival.
Graveyard.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a graveyard.
The other thing that this does, and I think you said Tom Dart is salivating over this.
Yeah, he is.
It would direct the Illinois State Police to designate gun liaison officers to work with local law enforcement in order to seize the FOID cards and the firearms of the people who have revoked FOIDs.
Chicago has a gun task force, and basically that's what they do. They go and collect guns from people who are felons or whatever. It is A, very labor intensive, B, highly dangerous. A number of sheriffs, ones who have said, we're not, like in Washington and stuff, we're not going to enforce these laws. Part of the reason, not the whole reason, but part of the reason, it's like a suicide mission. Bob, take your cruiser out to Doofus's house and collect his 247 guns from him. It's like walking into an ambush. I mean, and there's people like that.
But the problem is they go and they take the guns from a felon, but they don't do anything with the felon that's not supposed to have guns. It's another felony. Just
exactly.
It's the person, and this just goes to that cycle that it's ridiculous.
See, right now, I got a letter from Illinois State Police that said, actually it was an email, that said your card is set to, your concealed carry card is set to expire at the end of this week. It took them a little while to do it. You would think they would have given me 2 weeks notice. But they said your card is set to expire at the end of this week. If you do not renew it, then you will lose your instructor privileges will be revoked. So, because we had a question about how this was going to work, because there was no guidance at all, and you can't get through to them. You call, either it's busy, or you end up getting voicemail, and they don't return the call. And I'm not blaming those guys. They got to be buried, because that's an underfunded office. I'm not blaming them. It's a top-down thing. But so finally, we know by inference, because it doesn't actually say this, but we know by inference that if you send in a renewal for your concealed carry permit, as long as it hasn't expired, then you're okay. Mm-hmm. If it's expired, you're out. You're starting over. But and we get that by inference. There's nothing actually that says that specifically. They infer that's what the case is. But you know what? Since day one, this has not been well thought out. Remember when we first started this thing, we couldn't find out when to do it. It's been a disaster since day one.
Oh, yeah.
And you called, if you do get through, now you don't. But if back several years ago, if you called on there, they were very nice. I mean, the people were very nice. They tried to be helpful. But I could call one day, ask a question, get an answer, call the next day, get a different person, ask the same question, get a different answer. Mm-hmm. I mean, one hand doesn't know what the other's doing down there.
Yeah.
I don't know. So anyway, if you are an instructor, the deal is as long as you have applied, you're okay. Yeah.
As long as your check clears.
Pretty much.
And there is that. Yes, indeed. And you've been following the whole FOID thing, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, any other pithy words on that you? Hi. It's nice to have you here. You almost didn't get here.
Well, yeah. I mean, no. We've kind of said everything there is to say about it, unless we're moving on to this next.
I think. We're going to move on to the next segment here in 2 minutes. But yeah, I think that's it.
I think we could cover this one in about a minute and a half.
I think it was the sanctuaries.
No, the Illinois State Police announcement that they made.
Oh yeah. You want to weigh in on that a little bit?
Yeah, so basically what they're looking to do is basically come up with a database of all the firearms that you have, and they're going to get that from the FTIP information, and they are basically coming up with a gun confiscation scheme. They're also, let's see here.
The one thing they don't have is any way of knowing what you own now.
Well,
except for 4473s.
And who knows what actually happens with those. Now, some people say they sit on a desk. Some people say it gets logged somewhere, but
just think about that for a second, though. I mean, if you seriously think about that, that's true. They are out there. How in heaven's name? They're not like alphabetized. You know what I'm saying?
Well, if they're computerized, you just click a button and they're alphabetized.
Well, the new ones are computerized.
Not the old
now,
ones.
The old ones, some FFLs scribbled on them to the point where you can't read the things. But
well, yeah, who knows about that?
I don't know what ends up happening with those. I mean, if they get looked at as part of the audit with ATF, or
I'm guessing that because back in the 90s, I worked in an office where they were taking all their record, they were digitizing all their records. They were scanning everything into, computers. So I'm guessing that within the last 10 years, minimum, if it's a paper 4473, it's getting scanned into something.
I assume.
All right,
so.
We're going to have to take a break. When we be back with more on Target Radio, we're going to talk about the sheriffs are still complaining. They don't want to enforce the laws. All that and more. And you're listening to AM 560, The Answer.
It's time we had an uncomfortable conversation. A conversation about race, about crime, about politics, about all the things that divide us so that we can find the things that might unite us. That's what AM 560's own Joe Walsh and Maze Jackson from WVON 1690 AM will do each week on their podcast, Uncomfortable Conversations. Check it out at 560theanswer.com every Thursday. And catch Maze with Joe Thursday evening at 6:30 right here on AM 560. The Answer.
Fox News, I'm Richard Jordan. President Trump will ask for more money for a border wall Monday when he releases his 2020 budget proposal. White House economic advisor Larry Kudlow says the request could trigger another budget battle in Congress.
I suppose there will be. I would just say that the whole issue of the wall and border security is of paramount importance. We have a crisis down there. I think the president has made that case very effectively.
Kudlow on Fox News Sunday. 8 Americans are among the more than 150 people killed in an Ethiopian Airlines crash.
Ethiopian Air says the weather was clear and there were no apparent mechanical defects. In fact, the plane was virtually new, having been delivered last November. The U.S. State Department, in a brief statement, said it is working with embassies in the region to provide assistance. It plans to directly contact the families of the American victims.
Fox's Gernal Scott, there is no immediate indication as to why the plane went down. This is Fox News.
Hard drives fail. Viruses destroy data. Having a copy of your work, photographs, financial records, and other important files is one step in a thorough backup plan. Geekometrics offers a secure online solution by placing a copy of your data off-site where it's safe from theft, fire, and unauthorized access. Losing photos and financial information is devastating. Geekometrics' secure online backup solution is a reliable way to back up important files. The most common reasons for not backing up are uncertainty about what needs to be backed up and how to do it reliably. Geekometrics provides a full-service managed solution with no storage limit. Geekometrics does all of the setup, configuring, testing, and monitoring. Your data is even safe when you travel with your Mac or PC laptop. Call 630-759-9283 to talk to a specialist who can help you keep your data safe. 630-759-9283. Geekometrics, helping you keep your data safe.
Safer USA, Chicago's most trusted name in firearm training, is offering beginners classes, tactical pistol and rifle, long-range rifle to 600 yards, and the most comprehensive Illinois concealed carry program available. AM 560 On Target Radio co-hosts David Lombardo and Gretchen Fritz will prepare you to carry a firearm for personal protection, including firearm, holster, and ammunition selection. A comprehensive law review designed to keep you out of trouble and even how to deal with home invasions. Firearm, ammunition, holster, class notebook are provided. Safer USA and the Aurora Sportsman's Club invites you to participate in this one-of-a-kind Illinois concealed carry program that also qualifies you for Florida, Utah, and Arizona non-resident permits. Find out what over 6,000 students already know at saferusa.com.
Or call 815-741-3474. That's 815-741-3474. Safer USA. Choosing to own a firearm is your business. Teaching you to own it responsibly is ours.
Share, like, comment, tweet. If these are foreign terms to your business, this may be the reason you're losing sales. Share, like, comment, tweet. It seems your competition know the terms well. They're all about social media marketing, on the verge of dominating commerce. You can take the mystery of social media marketing off your busy schedule with Salem Surround, delivering customers so you can run your business. The right social media strategy can help you stay ahead of the competition and gain new customers. Your competition is already social. Catch them and surpass them with Salem Surround to make every digital dollar count towards sales success. When you're ready to get rid of the limitations on where you can reach customers and achieve total market penetration for increased ROI, contact Salem Surround. You'll get a free analysis of your digital marketing effectiveness and suggested methods that could dramatically increase your sales. Learn more. Log on to surroundchicago.com. That's surroundchicago.com, connecting you with new customers. When you hire a new employee, do you really know who you're hiring? What if you could do thorough research on potential employees and avoid future HR conflicts and trouble? It may sound like a daunting task, but with ETS Intelligence LLC, it's easy to get all the info on a potential hire. ETS is one of the leading private detective and security agencies in the U.S. Their client roster includes major law firms, insurance companies, high net worth individuals, and more. Our world can be a dangerous place to live and do business in. ETS Intelligence makes you safe by specializing in complex and high-tech investigations, background checks, computer forensics, surveillance, forensic accounting, and more. Let ETS Intelligence be the vetting intelligence agency for your company or business. They also provide personal security services. ETS Intelligence LLC, owned and operated by experienced active-duty law enforcement. Call toll-free 800-230-7429. 800-230-7429.
You're listening to On Target Radio on AM 560, The Answer, with David Lombardo and Gretchen Fritz. Here's David and Gretchen with more interesting conversation on gun control, concealed carry, freedom of speech, and other red meat issues that affect your life. To participate, call the studio at 312-642-5600.
So, oddly enough, Illinois is one of the leaders on a positive gun issue in the country.
And this is odd.
It is odd.
Illinois. We're actually doing something sort of right.
Well, and you know what? It's probably because we're doing it so badly that people have just finally said, well, we're seeing it. Not probably, it's a fact. We're seeing it. The backlash has begun.
Yeah.
Well, it's like the soda tax,
It
right?
is.
I mean, that was a huge backlash.
Oh gosh,
That went over like you know what in the spacesuit.
That was an astounding, impressive failure.
It was. But Washington, Oregon, New Mexico, Illinois, they've all begun to weigh in. And Illinois is one that, obviously we think is really interesting. But they've all weighed in. We got sheriffs saying, not going to do it. And that was Washington, wasn't it? Washington, where he said that, and then the governor goes, well, there were a few people who were malcontents.
There's a handful
of There was like 33 sheriffs out of...
I think it was 23 out of 30.
23 out of 30, something like that, yeah. But in Illinois, interestingly enough, 63 counties or municipalities have passed some form of firearm sanctuary resolution. 63 in the state of Illinois.
It's pretty impressive for
It is.
such a blue state.
It is indeed.
Well, it's not really a blue state when you look at the
That's true.
mileage of the area. It's
That's
just
true.
It happens to be blue, like around the lake.
But there was so many people. I haven't actually looked up the number, but I'm thinking at this point there's probably more than half the people in Illinois live in Cook County. I'm guessing. I don't know.
Probably
I haven't vetted
right.
it.
Well, yeah.
But I wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, and even now in Will County, that's coming up.
We're trying. I guess it was tabled at the last. It was surprisingly it was actually assigned to a committee, but then they tabled everything on the agenda. So I don't know exactly when it's going to come up. But yeah, the Republican leadership is trying to at least get it to come for a vote so that we can just be on record saying yes or no.
Try harder.
Maybe if we had we can come in and say a few words.
Oh dear.
Yeah, that's we don't want to talk about that.
Not really.
Okay.
I think it's just a baseless rumor.
Of course, now we've opened up a can of worms.
That's okay.
Okay.
Close it back
We'll
up.
close the
Put
can
the lid
back
on.
up. Yeah.
We're not gonna. There's only two men named Glenn are listening. That's it.
Isn't your mother listening?
Well, and my mom.
There
yeah, she's watching.
There you go.
But yeah,
I don't think she's a man named Glenn.
On YouTube, the only comments are from men named Glenn. We have two different men named Glenn.
At any rate, it's. I think what we're seeing is people are finally, what they used to call the silent majority. I think people are finally getting fed up. When sheriffs, and here's the difference: sheriffs are elected.
Mm-hmm.
Police chiefs are appointed. And in big cities, they're appointed because some liberals run in it, and they appoint an anti-gun guy. But among the elected electorate, there's a backlash.
Yeah, one of the sheriffs in, I believe it's Washington, in Washington, said, unfortunately for the governor and the attorney general, they're not my boss. My only boss is the people that elected me to office. The other thing I will say is that if you're interested in this sort of thing, if the sort of thing gets you excited, the name for it's nullification is what they call it. And, from a constitutional standpoint, it's nullification. And there is an organization called 10th Amendment Center that's their big thing is nullification. They promote nullification on any number of topics. So look up the 10th Amendment Center if you're interested in nullification.
We got Vince on the phone. Vince has got a question about his FOID card. What is it? How you doing?
Okay, no, it was just that you guys with the Illinois, is that something they're talking about? Because if it expires, because I haven't checked my FOID card, and I have the concealed carry. So if I have the concealed carry, that doesn't matter. If this is something they're talking about, so they're not going to do it, or
well, here's what we know that they've actually said, and actually Gretchen should probably weigh in because I don't remember the exact time span. But if you apply for renewal for your FOID card before it expires, they're adding on. Do you remember what it is?
I think it's 60 days.
I think it's 60 days to the expiration date.
I want to say they're giving like a grace period of 60 days.
Yeah.
And it's basically they're giving it to themselves, essentially.
Well, that's what it is. But yeah, but you can. And
all right, but that hasn't been in they haven't passed that yet. They're talking about it?
No, they did.
No, that's a given.
They did.
Yeah,
that's a given.
Actually,
okay.
Rauner, that was one of the last things that Rauner signed before he was out of office.
He was a great governor, like the governor we have now. That's why I want to move out of the state, because I possibly can. Okay, but thanks for the info. All
right, you're more than welcome. Have a good evening. Thanks. I want to real quick just hit this. We only got a couple seconds, but and it's amazing this is in Utah, But a kid, it's Ash Wednesday. He gets ashes. He gets a cross on his forehead. He goes to school, and the teacher forces him to take it off. Forces him to do that. Now, I find that hard to understand in Utah, where they're so, individual and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, the Wild West, it's a little surprising.
It is. When it was all said and done, she got wiped out, too, on that one.
Well, she's on like administrative leave while the school district investigates.
Yeah. All right, we're going to have to take a break. When we come back with more on Target Radio, LGBTQ weighs in with anger against our president for doing the most heinous thing possible, serving Chick-fil-A. All that more when we return with On Target Radio, and you're listening to AM 560. The Answer.
Do you like your gun range bag? There's a really cool local company here in Chicagoland that makes the finest range bags anywhere. And these quality range bags are so inexpensive that I bet you won't hesitate to buy one. The Hackett range bags from Hackett Equipment have it all. There are compartmentalized pouches that hold 2 or 4 pistols, ammo, mags, and even targets. Basically everything you need for a day at the range in a stealth design that doesn't resemble a range bag. Nobody will know you're carrying firearms. Additionally, they're super heavy duty and will last a lifetime because Hackett bags are 30% heavier than typical range bags. And the price is unreal. The large pack is under $100 and the small one under $80. But if you visit gunrangebags.com and use the promo code AM560, you'll save an additional 10%. Hackett Equipment bags really are range bags that can hack it. That's gunrangebags.com, promo code AM560. Gunrangebags.com. Do it now.
This is Dr. Howard, founder and formulator of Balance of Nature. We're changing America, one life at a time.
I've probably been on it 2 years now, and it's been, honestly, a godsend. After you're on it for a while, you tend to forget the aches and pains and things that was going on in your body and your life before you started taking Balance of Nature. I get up, I go up and down the stairs, no pain. Hey, you know what? Thank goodness for Balance of Nature.
Experience the Balance of Nature difference for yourself by using discount code CHICAGO. The price of fruits and vegetables is going up. Call now to see how you can lock in your price of fruits and vegetables for an entire year and get free shipping on every order. Call 800-246-8751. That's 800-246-8751. Or go online to balanceofnature.com and use discount code CHICAGO.
Don't let someone else make money off of your money. Take control of your income and your future. Hi, Amy Jacobson here, and I'm talking about Online Trading Academy. They're the leader in trading and investing education. With courses offered throughout Chicagoland, including East Peoria, Valparaiso, Lombard, you can learn about ways to generate income and protect your retirement. I attended a class at Online Trading Academy and learned so much. And you too can jump into a free class. Just call 844-778-7132. That's 844-778-7132. And if you call right now, they will send you home with their Professionals Insider Kit. It's loaded with exclusive investing courses and some of their best lessons from the pros. Limited opportunity and seats go quickly. Call 844-778-7132. That's 844-778-7132. Or visit them online at otaclass.com.
We now return to On Target Radio on AM 560, The Answer. If you have a question or an opinion, share it with us at 312-642-5600. And now, debating, debunking, and discussing today's hot issues. Here are your hosts, David Lombardo and Gretchen Fritz.
And we're back with more On Target Radio. So we were talking about the fourth grader who his teacher forcibly removed the ash cross from his forehead. So the school called the grandmother, and then the grandmother called the teacher. And this is what the grandmother said. I was pretty upset. I asked her if she read the Constitution with the First Amendment, and she said no. And oh.
Well, she's a teacher. Why would she read the Constitution?
She's a fourth grade teacher. She doesn't need to know the Constitution.
Exactly. Educators don't need to know stuff like that. That's trivia. LGBTQ. I wonder if I can do this. Lesbian, gay, bisexual, transsexual, and
questioning.
You lie!
Quintessential? I don't know.
I don't know.
Quintessential.
So here's the gist of this thing. Trump had an athletic team in the White House. It was a North Dakota State Bison football team, which reminds me, Bisons. They're picking out that's a slur, right? You think the Bisons might sue? But anyway,
I wonder if in North Dakota the Chick-fil-A mascot is a bison instead of a cow.
maybe you don't know. Now Trump asks what they want to have, okay? Because it's going to be catered, right? They're here, and the whole team's here, and they're going to feed them.
Sure.
He asks them, and the coach or whoever says they love Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A.
And that's fine with Trump. He doesn't have a problem. It wasn't a Sunday, so it worked out real well. and
I went to Chick-fil-A this Saturday. It was good.
It is good. We go.
Yeah.
She got me on it.
I love Chick-fil-A. He never was a fan, but I dragged him, and now he likes it.
Now I'm hooked on it.
Now he's on it.
Well, you know what? They're like perennially nice. I don't think they ever fall down.
The service is always just awesome.
They must train their people like so well because it doesn't matter where you are in the country. It doesn't matter where you are in Northern Illinois. You know, we're kind of snotty in Northern Illinois. I mean, just in general, him especially.
I mean, otherwise, what's the point?
And right, I mean, we're just not nice people in this area, and they just train their young people to just be super, super, super nice.
They're really
good
Christian.
They play Christian music on the music, and I mean, it's just ridiculous.
Anyway, the LGBTQ community is up in arms that Trump would serve them Chick-fil-A. You know what? A, they wanted that. B, shut up and go mind your own business. This just goes back to what we've been saying. And you know, I'm far from an anti-gay guy. I've had gay friends. I don't have a problem with them. What they do is up to them. But this is that, again, it's not good enough that I can do what I want. Mm-hmm. You have to like it. That's the problem. And it's just, it's a self-defeating thing. It really is. It's a self-defeating thing.
Well, it's also hyperbole. They're saying that Chick-fil-A is a company known for opposing
And it's
LGBTQ rights. And I don't think that's true.
No.
They do, you know, the founder, his last name is Kathy. I can't remember his first name. But he has given interviews and he said, yes, I personally believe in, you know, marriages between a man and a woman and that sort of thing. But they don't discriminate and they don't discriminate against their employees. They don't discriminate against their customers. It's total hyperbole. Just because their founder personally believes this doesn't mean that you know, they promulgate that within their corporation at all.
Well, it's more of them being hypocrites, too, because, you know, they want us to be accepting of them, but then they want to dictate what we can eat because, you know, of certain views or whatever. So I tolerate your views, but you don't tolerate our views.
Yes.
Let's bag that conversation.
Oh,
you like that?
I like it.
Oh, good.
Go ahead. This really bugs you.
It does bug me. So there's two bills right now that would make Illinois the nation's first state to have a statewide plastic bag tax. So there's two bills right now. There's one from Terry Link, surprise Democrat of Gurnee, that would charge Illinois shoppers statewide an extra 7 cents per plastic bag. And another state rep, Ann Williams, who's, surprise, a Democrat of Chicago, introduced a statewide tax that would charge an extra 10 cents per bag. And surprise with both of these bills, even though Chicago receives money from the state's general fund, neither of these bills apply to Chicago. So the one Link's proposing breaks it down like this. 2 cents per bag would go to the retailer, 2 cents would go to the general fund, and 3 cents would go to a new state-level checkout bag tax fund. So to me, this just sounds like more, you know, I'm going to pay my friend here to manage this fund, and he's going to get all this money for managing the bag tax fund.
It's more
so if it costs more to manage the fund than any single person gets, it's totally stupid.
Well,
yes. Well, part of the, not to say that I think this is good, because I don't, but part of the reason why Chicago is exempt is they already have a bag tax.
Well, in the one bill, the other one, it doesn't actually exempt.
Whoa. And we're almost out of time here. But
yes,
you just tripped something on that. It doesn't matter if the city of Chicago has a tax. The fact that they have a tax doesn't change the fact that they're in the state of Illinois. If the state, so what does that say? If they make up their own driving laws in Chicago, so you can go through red lights.
Well, they did with the photo enforcement thing.
Well, that's another whole.
That was all unconstitutional when it came out.
It was, but you see what I'm saying? That they have a tax, that's their problem. It's not our problem. Why should half the population get exempted?
So in other
from
words,
the
if they
tax?
pass the statewide tax, then the mayor of Chicago, the Chicago City Council should repeal the Chicago.
Well, let me tell you
tax.
something. That tax won't pass if Chicago had to pay it. It would never get passed.
But Chicago already has it.
I support the bill to make Chicago its own state.
We
Get
gotta
rid
go-
of it.
Yes.
We
We
gotta
don't
go
want
away.
it. Get it out of here.
We got to go away. We got to take a break. When we come back with more on Target Radio, we're going to do Gretchen's Action Items. And you're listening to AM 560, The Answer.
Hard drives fail. Viruses destroy data. Having a copy of your work, photographs, financial records, and other important files is one step in a thorough backup plan. Geekometrics offers a secure online solution by placing a copy of your data off-site where it's safe from theft, fire, and unauthorized access. Losing photos and financial information is devastating. Geekometrics' secure online backup solution is a reliable way to back up important files. The most common reasons for not backing up are uncertainty about what needs to be backed up and how to do it reliably. Geekometrics provides a full-service managed solution with no storage limit. Geekometrics does all of the setup, configuring, testing, and monitoring. Your data is even safe when you travel with your Mac or PC laptop. Call 630-759-9283 to talk to a specialist who can help you keep your data safe. 630-759-9283. Geekometrics, helping you keep your data safe.
Hey, it's Joe Walsh, and I'm excited to tell you about a deal on the already modestly priced MyPillow Giza Dreams bed sheets. They use the world's best cotton called Giza. It's only grown in the region between the Sahara Desert, the Mediterranean, and the Nile River. It's ultra soft, breathable, and extremely durable. It includes full 21-inch wide pillowcases that fit any pillow and deep pocket sheets that fit any mattress. Once you sleep on them, you won't want to sleep on anything else. They are the real deal that look good and feel great, which means a better night's sleep. And you can still get the MyPillow 4-pack offer plus 30% off pet beds and mattress toppers. To get the Giza Dreams bed, 30% off and free shipping offer or other great deals, go to MyPillow.com and use the promo code Joe or call 800-489-0201. That's 800-489-0201 or MyPillow.com, promo code Joe.
You're listening to On Target Radio on AM 560, The Answer, with David Lombardo and Gretchen Fritz. Here's David and Gretchen with more interesting conversation on gun control, concealed carry, freedom of speech, and other red meat issues that affect your life. Stand by. Here's Gretchen with your action items for the week.
Don't forget, iGold will be Wednesday, March 27th in Springfield. If there was ever an iGold to attend, this is the one. Be seen, be heard. By popular demand, the ISRA is bringing back the buses. ISRA is sponsoring 4 buses. Several other buses are being sponsored by other organizations. ISRA bus seats will be reserved by calling the ISRA office at 815-635-3198 between 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. Monday through Friday. All ISRA reservations are $35 and are non-refundable. ISRA-sponsored buses include Chicago South, picking up in Evergreen Park and Oak Forest. Chicagoland West, picking up in East Dundee and Glen Ellen. A Rockford Peru bus, and a Marion Mount Vernon Fairview Heights bus. Aurora Sportsman's Club is sponsoring 2 buses that are picking up in Joliet at the IDOT Park and Ride lot. Sign up through their Eventbrite page. I put the complete known bus listing, updated bus listing, on our Facebook page earlier today.
Do you want to just real quickly, and I mean really real quickly, just hit on this, the abortion bill that's proposed?
Sure.
Because that's very disconcerting.
It is. So they're, both the Illinois House and the Illinois Senate are fast-tracking measures that are similar to pro-abortion measures in New York State and Virginia. and they would legalize abortion up until the moment of birth. Like New York's law, it would alter the state's code completely. This is what should really curl your hair. Completely decriminalizing any harm or murder of a wanted child through domestic abuse or intentional act, along with other major changes to state policy. And it would repeal abortion clinic regulations that protect women's health. And there's no conscience exceptions either. So if you are a Christian or a Catholic, you can't say, I'm not going to perform abortions or refer for abortions based on conscience. It's basically like every bad thing that you could put in an abortion bill, it sounds like it's pretty much in there.
But once again, we're looking at, it's not good enough that you can do what you want. You, the person who doesn't like it, has to accept it and embrace it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what matters.
Oh, actually, the one thing that this doesn't mention, or I missed it, is that it also gets rid of parental consent requirement, parental notification.
What age is it? Is it 16 or?
I'm not
Isn't it like
sure.
13 or something?
Is it that young?
I think it is.
I'm not.
Don't quote me.
I'm not sure what it is in this state because it varies widely from state to state.
It
Yeah,
does.
some states are as low as 13.
Well, remember what Hillary Clinton said when she was running, that it's not your child to raise.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah.
And she was dead serious about that.
Oh, yeah.
I propose a red flag law for abortions. You know, if you think we're going to do something with our guns and you want to take them away, but you say you're going to go get an abortion, throw you in jail for 9 months because you just said you're going to commit murder. So go throw you in jail until you have that kid, and then maybe you can get out. We'll see.
Well, when you start allowing the abortion of a newborn baby, it's out of the womb. It's a viable human being. Right.
That's
That's
murder.
murder. Right. It is.
If anything ticks you off about it, that should be.
But that's heinous. But traditionally in a lot of states, if you murder a pregnant woman and the baby dies,
That's two
that's
counts.
right. That's 2 counts of murder.
Absolutely.
So
That is
basically,
true.
what they're saying is if that happens, now it's not. Now it's just the woman. The baby doesn't count anymore.
Well, anyway.
So
Well,
it's.
we'd like to thank you for listening to On Target Radio.
We'd also like to thank George Hoffman on the board and Eric Allen, our video producer. Learn how you can be a sponsor partner for a lot less than you think. Call 815-741-3474 for details.
And be sure to listen next week when we'll be talking about more red meat issues that affect your life.
Hopefully your home's heating survived the recent polar vortex. It's important to have a heating and cooling company you know you can depend on. That company is the original Arlington Heights Heating and Cooling. They aren't one of those massive companies with newer techs and subcontractors. Oh no, Arlington Heights Heating and Cooling send only their own highly skilled techs. From service to installation and everything in between, the work quality and customer service is the best. For 40 years, the original Arlington Heights Heating and Cooling has kept homeowners and business customers comfy and warm in the winter and nice and cool in the warmer months. Don't call the big guys, call the best. Call Carrie at 847